Wanted to show you guys the wand on this is so nice. Like, this is it. I just opened it up and this is my first time using it, but I heard such good things about it from different YouTubers that have like said, oh, I'm coming back to it. I forgot about it. It's so good and that sort of thing. But I really love the wand on this. It's like super skinny. And then I just used it and it's almost like a comb, a little tiny comb. And so when I did my bottom lashes, which is what I'm going to use it for because you guys know I wear falsies, but I'll put my mascara on first, then it just really came through and I love it. I'm really loving it. It really separated the lashes and defined them. I don't know, you guys aren't going to be able to see that. But anyways, I really love it, so I'm glad that I got that. So far, so good. Okay, and here is the Wet n Wild, the Photo Focus Banana Powder, and it's got a little sifter. I just opened it up just to kind of see how it looked on the inside and spilled it everywhere. But I'm just going to try out a little bit of it. I like these little triangle sponges, so I just have a bunch back here in my drawer. And then I'm just going to tap, tap, tap it here. Or usually what I do is, I'm tripping, I usually pour a little bit off in the lid. The sifter is not that forthcoming, but anyways. Kind of yellowy, kind of white. Yep, it's a banana powder. It's really finely milled. I like the softness of it. It reminds me of a Laura Mercier or the original banana powder. And it goes on like that. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm not sure how it absorbs in terms of like oil or setting, but as far as like the consistency, the softness of it, I think it's pretty decent so far. I'll definitely let you guys know how it wears. The sifter I'm not crazy about. Like, I'm really having to work to get the product out of the holes for some reason. But the holes are pretty big, so let's see. Apply a little bit on to kind of see how it is. Then I like to use the corners of the sponge just to kind of come down the middle of the nose. Of course, it's not gonna act right this time. There we go. And I think this may work for baking as long as it really sits and sets the foundation good. Let's see. So I think this will be good to brush off. After it's set for a little bit, might be good for a setting powder. It looks kind of tricky right now. But it's really smooth. It looks really, really smooth, so it may work. I'm gonna dust it off now, even though it hasn't set that long. I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush, the SL5 from Pretty Girl. I'm just gonna I think it's a go. If it works, that's good, because I don't think this one was too expensive. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Makeup kind of got messed up too because I went to Ulta and I had my mask on. I'm kind of resetting old makeup anyways. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Lighting one. So I have all of these Morphe palettes, and I was trying to buy one today at the store, and I said, let me double check the ones I have and try to fall in love with some of all these palettes that I have that I never use. So this one here is the 35H palette, and this one is really pretty, and I think I showed you dolls my makeup. Maybe I haven't uploaded the makeup collection video just yet, but this one is a really pretty palette. It's got a lot of blues, it's got some golds, it's got some shimmer, and it's got some matte colors. And that's why I like the palette, because I've been into mattes lately. And I just used this one on my eye here. And I was like, let me try out some of these colors that I saw at the store that I was kind of like, let me buy this whole palette, because I like these couple of matte colors. And I've been into mattes a lot lately. And then I'll put a shimmer sometimes just like on the eyelid or in the inner corner. And so I'd seen some palettes, and I was like, let me grab that palette just for that matte when I was in Ulta today. But I'm glad, I mean, I'm looking back now just to see, like, let me look at these palettes here and see if I've got any that I can utilize. So I like that one there. And then I'm just putting like a little bit of a reddish kind of brown color off this same palette, just kind of in the crease. Just playing the makeup because I'm not going anywhere else today. But like I said, I'm trying to utilize some of my palettes, you know, instead of just having them in my collection, but actually using them. So I'm just carving out the crease with that. Coming back in with that other shade. I'm not sure the name of the color. I'm just pressing that in. And I think it's just a really smooth, pretty look. And then I have this brush. This is the CO1 from Pretty Girls, and I'm going to go underneath the eye. Just kind of add a little color in there. It's really pretty. And then I can come back and refreshing because I've been all to the store and everywhere else. Blend this out a little bit more. And then if you guys see some texture on my face, I didn't tell you what happened. I was utilizing this bubble mask from Sephora that I had had for a little while now. It might have been a year old, but I don't think that it was expired. Used it on my face and woke up the next day and it was just like a rash all over my face. I am kidding you not. So it looks a lot better than it did, but I didn't want you to think that the Wet n Wild banana powder was giving me texture. It's just my skin is healing from that, and it's just so crazy. And that's why I hate trying out new products. I really do. But I've been trying to not be so recluse with products, but now I'm seeing like, girl, no, go back to being recluse, because it's so necessary to make sure that you are using products that do your skin right. Because, you know, for a few days it was just a hot mess and it was not cute at all. So yeah, but anyways, dolls, let me show you a couple of more of these palettes. So this one is the 35H. I just showed you guys that one. And then I also have the Jaclyn Hill palette here, which is in the box still. No, I took it out. Okay. Had a little fallout in the drawer. So this is the first, volume 1. I saw she had a volume 2 out when I went today. And this one I don't think I've used at all, but just a tiny bit. Maybe just for swatching. And I don't know. I guess I just bought the palette for the appeal of things, because I don't know what colors I would use. Maybe in the fall I could get into some of these matte colors, but it's really not my style. I like the yellow here. I like the blue. I like the matte blues. I like the yellow. This is a pretty kind of copper coral color there. Not so sure about any of these shimmers there, but yeah, so that's that palette. And it's all the way here. I got some Juvia's Place palettes there, which you guys have seen a million times. This was the 35H, which I need to wipe these off again. And then this one, oh, I put a dent in her. She is almost deceased. Like, this one has been used and used. This was maybe my first, I want to say my first Morphe palette. And this one is a really good one as far as like tonal value, as far as very neutral matte glam colors. This one is a goodie. This is a goodie. And you see I've hit pan on several, used a lot of them all the way up here in this corner, these darker shades for contouring. And this one is a really, really good staple palette. And this is the 3502. And then this one is the, let me look at the name first. I think I poked it. 35M. And it looks like this. And not quite sure why I purchased this palette. Probably was an impulse buy. Try to utilize it. It may have been for this lime green that I don't know where I would be going with that look, because I haven't been doing any crazy color looks lately, or not for a long time. So I'm not sure. I may give this palette to my mom. She's more creative when it comes to the colors. That's a pretty color, but it's similar to the one we just saw in the other palette. This orange sickle looking color is pretty. These couple of mattes here are pretty. I've used this one, and yeah, so you can see this quadrant here is a really good one. Looks like a small Morphe palette that I saw at the store today, actually, because a lot of the colors are replicated, I think, from palette to palette. This is the NS. I was looking for the NA palette. I'm sorry, the 9S, and I was looking for the 9A palette. I cannot get this open. Hold on. The 9A palette, which they were out of. This one is one of my favorites here. I love this. I've used this a little bit, but I bought it mainly because of these colors here. And that's the thing with palettes, is like some are hit or miss unless you get like a awesome palette that has all the colors in it that you love, which for me is rare. Made room for my new little items in here. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put my bronzer, because it was here, and now I've got the Wet n Wild there. Since I will be using it, I may just have to sit it kind of